Hi everyone, my name is Adam Culver, and this is my oral presentation for International and Comparative Disaster Management. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Hi everyone, my name is Adam Culver, and this is my oral presentation titled Disaster Management in China, a Case Study. To begin, in order to gain a comprehensive understanding of disaster management systems in China, it's important to understand the country itself. China is one of the oldest countries on Earth. It has the highest population of any country on Earth, with over 1.3 billion citizens. China's geography is vast and varied. To the south and the east, low-lying plains and river valleys make up the area known as China proper. This region contains the majority of the country's arable land and is home to a disproportionate fraction of the country's population. To the north and west of China, desolate plateaus and mountain ranges hold scattered, sparsely populated cities and villages. Given the scale and diversity of China, it comes as no surprise that the country faces a wide range of hazards. In particular, natural disasters have wreaked havoc on China for thousands of years. China has one of the highest rates of natural disasters in the world. As you can see, the most common of these are typhoons, earthquakes, and floods. China has been the location of some of the most deadly natural disasters in human history. Another category of disasters China must deal with are technological disasters. For decades, China has been undergoing a transition period within their economy, shifting towards an increased technological and industrial economy. During this time, there have been many mistakes leading to disasters. Explosions, gas leaks, mine collapses, and contaminations have all occurred in recent history. The picture in this slide shows the 2015 Tianjin explosion, where 173 people died in an explosion at a container shipping site. The last categories of disaster China faces are societal disasters. These are events such as social unrest, terrorism, and rebellions. The picture below shows some examples. On the left is a picture of the Boxer Rebellion, one of the most noticeable instances of social unrest in Chinese history. To the right is an explosion caused by terrorists in the Xinjiang province. Over the course of its history, China has had many different changes on their views of disaster management. For thousands of years, Chinese people believed that disasters were forms of divine intervention. During the era of dynasties, natural disasters were seen as direct reflections of the rule of the emperor. This can be attributed to the idea of the mandate of heaven, the belief that emperors were selected by the heavens to rule their country. While today we know that the cosmos are not the cause of disasters, the idea that natural disasters are caused by the heavens has made an important impact in China's disaster management system today. The mandate of heaven has instilled the belief that it's the government's responsibility for emergency management. This concept has been a huge influence in China's current policies. Following the dynasty era, the Republic of China was created in 1912. In the years prior to its founding, China had adopted a policy of extreme isolationism. However, with this new government, China began to open up to the world. For the realm of disaster management, the concept of international cooperation and foreign disaster aid took hold. For the first time, China received disaster assistance through international non-governmental organizations. This period was extremely important to the evolution of disaster management because it highlighted the concept of communal relief, or that pooling resources within the community was an efficient way to respond to a disaster. This all changed with Mao Zedong's proclamation of the Communist People's Republic of China in 1949. Under his rule, the country adopted a strict set of communist policies. As part of this, the government banned any kind of foreign assistance during a disaster. Zedong sought to prove his country's sovereignty and their self-sufficiency. During his reign, China struggled immensely in responding to disasters. Following Zedong's death in 1976, the Chinese government began to roll back some of the strict communist policies of the past. For the first time in years, China began to accept foreign aid. The hardships of communist rule also made the government of China realize the importance of international cooperation for disaster management. Since then, the Chinese government has worked hard to improve their relations with other countries. However, the country suffered a huge setback with the 2003 SARS epidemic. In the aftermath of this event, the Chinese government was exposed of downplaying the severity of the disaster and being very opaque in their administrative activities. This severely tarnished China's international reputation. In response, China improved their disaster management systems and government transparency immensely. Today, the country has a robust and effective disaster management system. The current policies and frameworks are the result of thousands of years of disaster management experience. In examining the implementation patterns of China's current disaster management system, it's clear that they implemented a top-down approach. The Chinese government created the Emergency Management Office to oversee the emergency management operations in their country. This office is made up of 4 different committees, which you could see listed in the 3rd bullet. Each of these committees is responsible for a different set of hazards. Each level of government has their own emergency management office with corresponding agencies for their jurisdictions. When disasters occur, local emergency management offices relay the information through a vertical chain of command, all the way up to the State Council. It is here at the top level where decisions are made regarding disaster management. As you can see by the charts on this slide, it's very clear that China has adopted a top-down, vertical style of disaster management. This system has proven to be extremely effective. Going forward, one of the biggest obstacles for disaster management in China is their increasing population. By 2050, the population is expected to rise to 1.45 billion people. This makes disaster management much more complicated, and it raises the stakes of operations significantly. Furthermore, it's well known in the field of disaster management that climate change is increasing the severity and frequency of natural disasters. Because of this, China must continue to improve their disaster management systems to deal with the ever-increasing danger. In conclusion, China has gone through thousands of years of disasters. Throughout that time, there have been many different ideas about disaster management policies. This has all led up to the system that they have in place today. A highly effective, top-down, vertical framework that places a large emphasis on international cooperation. I want to thank you for watching my presentation today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.